Good run from Aquino, meanwhile. And a shot from distance. Oh, and Romano was wrong-footed. Not sure if it took a deflection. It doesn't matter because Tigres have taken the lead.
Night 2 of Leagues Cup in the books. Some familiar foes, Nick Rimando, Carlos Salcedo. They know each other from back in the day. On this night, it would be Tigres that are moving on to the semifinals. A 1-0 win against Real Salt Lake. Houston Dynamo took Club America to penalty kicks thanks to DeMarcus Beasley, Run DMB, with a throwback goal in the 85th minute. But Giovani Dos Santos with his new team gets it done in PKs. 3 out of 4 teams moving on to the semis are from Liga MX, just one from Major League Soccer. That is the LA Galaxy. That is what James Harden did tonight at BBVA Stadium. It was a fun night in Leagues Cup. I'm Andrew Wiebe. This is Calen Carr, Matt Doyle from the AT&T MLS Studios in Midtown Manhattan. Let's not waste any time, guys. Straight to the highlights for us from the nightcap. Real Salt Lake and Tigres. They've met in CONCACAF Champions League, and RSL looked like the better team, or at least had the better chances in the first hour or so.
Yeah, I mean, that was the story of the night right there with RSL looking like they had an idea and getting into open space, but just a touch offside. And this little build-up through midfield, and then, of course, the touch from Corey Baird just offside. It's frustrating. And then this was maybe their best actual chance of the night with Joao Plata ringing the post. A number of guys showed pretty well, and they were in this with Tigres neck and neck, and then this happens, and it's just bad luck.
Yeah, and it came quickly, too. I mean, it was the chance on the one end where Plata had the good look. It was curling the right direction, but doesn't this always happen? One team gets a great opportunity, then it comes right down the other side. Unlucky deflection to be able to come in. You see a couple chances late, Savarino from deep, but just not enough for RSL. Was not their day.
There's some friendly words here from Nick Rimando. Some not so friendly words from Mike Pecky. Got him shown a red card at the end of this match. Tell people that he doesn't care about Leagues Cup. Real Salt Lake, Club America, here are your stats. Pretty even, guys. Honestly, you said it. Neither of these teams showed their best in this match.
They didn't show their best, but I thought it was kind of cagey, and it felt like they were spending a lot of time sort of feeling each other out. And that included, even the last 20, 25 minutes when Gignac came on for Tigres. It wasn't free flowing, and I think a lot of credit should go to that RSL backline for that. I thought Justin Glad was pretty good, which you expect from him, but he's a veteran. But Eric Holt, who has only had a few games this year, he came in there and he competed and he was rough and he left a mark on those guys. So some of the younger players, lesser known players in RSL, they made their case tonight.
Yes, they did. So it's Club America here. That's actually Tigres. 1-0 Tigres is the result here. They're headed on to the semifinals to take on Club America, who knocked off the Houston Dynamo earlier in the night. Mike Pecky told us that he was going to take this seriously, Calen. And we saw the red card after the match, and have to chuckle a little bit about that one as his emotions maybe get the best of him. What'd you see from RSL and the way they approached this game?
They came out, I thought, aggressive. They had a good lineup. They put everything into it. But that's why this one's disappointing, because it was winnable. It was right there for them for the taking. I don't think Tigres played their best match, and they had created enough opportunities to be able to get up on top of things. And that Plata chance was probably the best chance they had, especially being able to get isolated one-on-one. They found themselves in some good spots and were able to find some places in behind. But look, I felt both matches tonight were winnable for MLS teams, a little bit wasteful in front of goal, and if you do that long enough, you're not going to be able to advance through.
You saw the images there with Nick Rimando and Carlos Salcedo, a former RSL homegrown player. Let's go out to Sandy, Utah. Our AT&T call to the field with David Goss. He caught up with one of the winners.
First ever Leagues Cup. You get to play back in RSL. What was this experience like for you?
It was good. Nice to see old friends, to see the people who helped me, to reach my dream, and I'm happy. It was a special game.
Nick Rimando, one of those friends coming over to say hi.
Good? Good. Yeah. Just good. Family trying to go back.
Yeah. Say what's up to everybody.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Good luck.
Yeah. See ya.
To win this game, it was a tough one. What did you see out on the field?
I think we dominated long periods of the game. But it was a tough match. You know, they also like to play like us. They like to build up out of the back, and that's good. I mean, I said it since I left 6 years ago. You know, this league has been growing, and I'm happy to see players like my friends, you know, Jonathan, Bella, all these guys. This guy, you know, number 7 from RSL, that they're coming here to raise that level and to help the young players to develop faster. And I'm happy to see how fast is this league growing.
Welcome home. Congratulations. Thank you, man.
Welcome home for Carlos Salcedo. Also, welcome home to the wildlife at Rio Tinto Stadium. Pioneer Day, we found out in the pregame thanks to David Goss. And then, late on in the match, here comes mittens or buttons.
It's a good run, and it's selfish from Gignac because that cat was into the open field.
He's in the 6-yard box.
And like, you got to give the ball up right there. I understand you're wearing the number 10, you're the star striker, but you got to feed the beast when the beast gets into the
I wish you could see Doyle's face when all this was happening in the studio. He just lit up. It was amazing.
I mean, the moment they cut away from the cat, he was furious. This comes just a year after a duck invaded the pitch at Rio Tinto Stadium.
There's obviously a menagerie of some sort somewhere in Rio Tinto Stadium. It's been a while since I've been out there. You can see the heat map here from the RSL cat. I mean, there's good field coverage working literally from touchline to touchline. Look, that's a high-pressing cat. Obviously, the Red Bulls are going to be on the horn, maybe Philadelphia. My sources tell me, however, that RSL have filed a discovery claim.
Oh, man, I cannot. This is the best content that could ever happen to us late night with Doyle.
Would you use
Cats
Tam
Leagues Cup.
to sign the cat?
That is a Tam cat, no doubt about it. There is no question. Let's now go back out to Sandy to David Goss. Another AT&T call to the field with Corey Baird of RSL.
Corey, this is the team that's considered the best team in the region. They've been champions of Mexico, including the last tournament. What did it feel like out there? It felt like you guys were really close.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're a good team. I think they kept the ball really well, made us chase a bit, but I think we kept our shape well. We had some chances on the counter that another night I think things go our way.
What do you make of the whole experience, the environment around this first Leagues Cup?
Oh, it was awesome. I think our fans were awesome tonight. They brought a lot of their own, so made a great environment for tonight.
For you, Sam Johnson out. You played center forward last year. You've moved in between. How do you feel at that position right now?
I feel good. Either spot I'm comfortable in, just anywhere I can get on the field.
And what do you look at when you look forward to FC Dallas this weekend?
I think we just got to get back to the way we played against Philly. We've had 2 games at home where we've struggled a little bit, but I think if we get our form back, get back to what we do well, I think we have a good chance.
Have you ever played with a cat before?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever played with a cat before?
No cat. We had a duck last year. No cat.
Congratulations. Good job.
Oh, David Goss with the hard-hitting questions.
There he is.
James Harden taking in the action at BBVA Stadium, Houston Dynamo, Club America. Harden is a part owner of the Dynamo, and he had a lot to cheer about in this game. At least late on, it got real exciting. A great crowd for this match. Doing business on the phone. This was an almost red card situation here.
That was a red card, man.
I mean, no call apparently. No call. But the Dynamo had the better chances, Calen, in this match. They were pushing.
Yeah, no, the Dynamo, I think, had the great chances. I mean, there was the save there from Willis, and Club America was pressing. This was the final breakthrough for them. But then, of course, who do you expect to step up for the Dynamo? A guy with a little bit of experience in Liga MX, DeMarcus Beasley. I mean, what a strike here. Goes into the backside, ageless. I'm sure the Dynamo fans will be chanting one more year here. And look at the reaction here from Harden. That's worth courtside seats.
I have to say, emotionally, I'm not ready for DeMarcus Beasley to retire.
No.
Calen wasn't emotionally ready for the short corner in the final play of the game.
Furious about
corner kick.
93rd minute. Why not take that? I mean, bring up the goalkeeper. Let's go.
Just one misses for the Dynamo, and here comes Giovani Dos Santos in his first on-field action for Club America after leaving the LA Galaxy. Your stats here, Club America, of course, the winners on PK, but it was the Dynamo with more shots, right there on shots on target for both teams. Possession goes the way of the Mexican side. Duels one, boom, right there. But the story, I think, for the Dynamo, Doyle, is missed chances.
Missed chances and frustration. No more Manotas. I was surprised no Ronaldo Pena either, who's been the backup. So it was Michael Salazar, who was actually out of the league at the start of the season, who was the starting number 9, and like he was in on goal, I think 3 times, and he should have scored at least one of them, and he could not do it. This is something, I mean, you have to be shaking your head if you're a Dynamo player or a Dynamo coach or a Dynamo fan.
I mean, one of these, you try and bring that down. The keeper standing on the touchline, right, on the out, like.
I mean, this right here, that was tough.
Yeah, Club America should not. I had no idea what they were doing on that set piece, having people stand on the goal line, because that's exactly what can happen. There's no offsides. It bounces to him. He just looked a little bit too rushed. A player that hasn't been in these experiences around the goal mouth that much around there, and it showed there because he rushed each chance and it cost him.
How much of a missed opportunity is this for the Dynamo? You can debate the importance of Leagues Cup all you want, but ultimately you had a marquee game against Club America in your own stadium, and you could have had another one against Tigres, if not for a couple of moments.
And you saw how they celebrated, right? This meant something to Giovani Dos Santos and to Piojo and to everyone on that Club America team. And it meant something to Houston as well. And I think they've got to be gutted because it was there for them. And like the Galaxy, like the Fire yesterday, this wasn't necessarily a first team. In fact, I think it was only about 3 starters, 3 first-team guys. And so it felt like everybody went out there and really gave a pretty good accounting for themselves, and they just didn't have that quality in the box. And it's a little bit heartbreaking to see it.
It was a game
and this is
where
literally
2
heartbreaking.
teams showed how much they cared. This was physical. It got chippy. That's a tackle from a Paraguayan international. He's not messing around there. He's saying, I'm taking you down, Albert Elise. This was one of those where if you wondered whether Leagues Cup mattered, whether players would get into it, I think they showed you at times that they did care, that it was competitive.
Yeah, I mean, these games, I've played in CCL matches in Houston, and in the past, even when you look back, even in some of the quote-unquote friendlies, let alone a Leagues Cup tournament, these were games that got going. And part of it is because the atmosphere at these matches is different, because so many Mexican-American fans will show up to the matches, or Honduran fans, and such a diverse community in Houston. But it brings people into the stadium, so it is an opportunity to try and convert some fans to say, hey, come over and watch more Dynamo games. A lot of them probably have maybe split allegiances on days like this as well. But yeah, it felt like it was a winnable match for the Dynamo. They had the opportunities to beat Club America. That doesn't happen much when you in a competitive match like that, and the opportunity to then host Tigres potentially in the next round. So yeah, missed opportunities, missed chance. I understand it's a tough time right now to be able to balance the schedule and competitive fixtures. Elise started in this one because he was suspended and for red card against Atlanta United. He was big. They just lacked a little bit of quality around him. They could have used Manotas' finishing in the box.
Absolutely, they could have. 3 of these 4 matchups, MLS teams giving good accounts. Of course, Chicago Fire did what they could, but down 2-0 to Cruz Azul on that side. We got to talk about DeMarcus Beasley, though. Run DMB, man. He's a classic. He is a legend. He is, I think, one of those guys that we'll think about and talk about and celebrate for so long in U.S. soccer. When you need the man, he pops up with the laser beams into the top of the goal in the 85th minute to send it to PKs. Yes, this is beautiful.
Wiebe, we were in Houston when they won the Open Cup last year, and popped by the after party at Ching's bar across the street, and everybody's chanting, one more year, one more year.
A little bit of
this was a fun night in Houston, really. I mean, the crowd was there. You see the new owner feeling it, dancing a little bit. Like, it was a really fun party atmosphere at the match. So yeah, I think it was good. I just would have liked to see the Dynamo be able to come out on top. But when you think of what DeMarcus has done in his career, starting with Chicago Fire back in the day, and all of the incredible things that he's accomplished, to see him do it one more time.
How many competitions has he scored in?
Champions League, everything.
He scored.
Got to be Scottish Premier League in there sometime. Got to be EPL.
Mexico, obviously. He's done it all, man. He's a legend. It was cool. Calen said to me about midway through the second half, I think for the last half hour of this game, I'm just going to watch DeMarcus Beasley play soccer. And I think it's like a good sentiment. Like, you were kind of being tongue-in-cheek about it, but it's like, we're not going to get to watch him that much more.
Well, he was a hero of mine growing up, and then somehow I grew up watching him play. Then I went through a whole career, retired, started a whole new life. And he's still doing it. It's like, it's incredible how timeless he is. An absolute legend. It was fun to watch.
I don't think I've seen DeMarcus with a beard. Is that right? Have you guys seen him with a beard? I have seen the beard at BBVA Cup Stadium. Obviously, James Harden doing his thing. Boom, throwing it up, a little pitchfork action. Yeah. In Texas, that's hook 'em horns. I don't know if it's that. Throws up the flex, and we threw this up. Who wore it better? I think that yours is a little bit more well curated, Doyle. It's a little bit not as wild.
Yeah, but
Similar
that's
gray
fair,
spots, actually. That heat map of the gray, quite similar.
Once you grow it out a little bit, it's just going to get wild no matter how much product you put in there. So I think we have to give the nod to James Harden for keeping it as neat as he does, given its volume.
Well done. James Harden enjoying himself as a
cat
owner.
heat maps and beard grooming.
Yeah, we've hit it all here. This is what
Central.
you're getting, late night Leagues Cup. We're loving it right now. Let's go now to talk semifinals as the tournament moves on. The quarters are over. Here you see it. Cruz Azul, LA Galaxy on one side, that game to be played in LA, and then Club America Tigres will be played in Houston, both of them on August 20th. What are you looking forward to, guys? LA Galaxy, Cruz Azul up first. We'll see what the lineup is. It is a congested time for the Galaxy again.
I think the kids earned it. Right? The guys who went out and they beat Tijuana yesterday, they earned the right, as far as I'm concerned, to play in the semifinals. So I hope that's what we see from this Galaxy team. And Cruz Azul's a better team than Tijuana, but things happen. You can win this game. They went into the Tijuana game believing they could win. They should go into the Cruz Azul game believing they should win.
Well, I think about what this does for a team just internally in the locker room, where you go off the emotion of winning El Tráfico, the Zlatan hat trick, and of course he's the big star, but then a couple days later you turn around and it's a bunch of names that haven't always been the big guys on the star sheet, and they step up in a big way, get a win for that team, keep that momentum going towards the end of the season.
Cruz Azul has some MLS representation from years gone by. Milton Caraglio, one of them. This is a young star from El Torito, Alvarado. What a goal with his left foot. A little karate chop coming across there. Cruz Azul, as he said, will pose a bigger task for the LA Galaxy, but should be an interesting matchup between these two teams. Rafa Baca was on the bench in this game. Yoshi Yotun started as well, so some names that you will recognize on the other side. Club America and Tigres, two of the absolute giants of this region, certainly of Liga MX.
And they've already met this year in a big game, the Campeón de Campeones, which Club America won in penalties. These two teams have played, it feels like 100 big games this decade, so what's one more?
What's one more?
And you'd like to see the Galaxy get through. I mean, part of the intrigue of this is to see the interplay between these two.
That was part of the shame
we all
with Real.
want the Galaxy versus Giovani Dos Santos in the final.
Yes, we do.
That's what we want to see.
That's true. That's true. If you're going on narratives, which I'm generally team narrative here, maybe throw in Zlatan in as well. And that would also be, by the way, Dos Santos on Dos Santos.
Yeah, true.
So
in Vegas?
In
Do
Vegas?
you think the Galaxy should get a lucky cat for the semifinals?
I don't know if that cat worked out for RSL. So maybe hold off on that one for now. So the semifinals are set in the Leagues Cup. On one side, you got Cruz Azul and the LA Galaxy on the other. Club America and Tigres. Guys, thanks for joining me tonight. Charlie Davies did a great job last night. Late nights, enjoying this brand new tournament, the Leagues Cup. We've had so much fun. We'll see you maybe this weekend for Matchday Central, won't we?
And
then we're going to Orlando. Oh, the action never ends.
The Magic
here in Major
Kingdom.
League Soccer. We're going to take off now. Enjoy your night, everybody. We'll see you real soon.